Okay, umesota, hauna kakitu, umeitana sleepover. Unafikiria nini? Kuna vumbi, mayai na unga. Chaku mayai. Natumia gasi, makaa. Kenyan Chef, it is Rico, and welcome back to yet another exciting episode. So for this one's quite simple. All you need is 300 grams of all-purpose flour, 3 eggs, 1 tablespoon of salt, and for mine I'm gonna add chili because I want it spicy. This is 1 finely chopped chili because I want mine spicy. You can add anything that you like. You can customize yours as much as you like. You can add herbs, you can add spinach, you can add a lot of things that you might like on your spaghetti. Okay, so first thing to do is to take your flour and make a well with it. Make a well with it. And add your salt. After you added your salt, now you can start cracking on your eggs in the middle. So for this part, you can use a fork or a knife or anything that's gonna help you to incorporate all the eggs and the flour. And also making sure not to knock out all these edges because your egg will start running out. And if you use fresh eggs, is much better. It's going to be much better for you. It's starting to get heavy, so I'm gonna use a fork. So I'm changing to a fork instead of a French whisk because it's getting heavy. And if you've ever made bread dough, it's almost similar. But this time you're just making it eggs and flour and a little bit of salt. And this is very exciting to do at home. You're making your own fresh spaghetti. And it's better to do this on a warm surface. I think you can start working with it with my hands. So if you've ever worked with bread dough, this is similar. You just need to be kneading it. And this dough is gonna be sort of a yellow dough, similar to your spaghetti. And what I'm doing is trying to develop the gluten. The more it's developed, the better for you, because that way it's gonna be easier for you to work with the dough. Because right now it's very resistant. It needs to stretch. So that's why I'm kneading it and developing some gluten in it. It's gonna be sort of sticky dough. And this is what you're gonna have, a nice sticky yellow dough, but it's not quite that sticky because I can still pull off my finger without any issue, without it like really sticking on me. But it's really coming together. You can see now it's starting to stretch, so that's a good thing. So at this point I can start incorporating my chili. I did make a mistake. I was supposed to add the chili before I start kneading together with the salt. But you can still add it even now while you're kneading it, because it's still going to incorporate. But you just have to remember is not to touch yourself after you've kneaded all this chili. So after kneading, you have yourself a nice small dough of pasta with all the nice chili flakes all over it. So you're gonna have to let this rest for like 15-20 minutes, and then we're gonna come back and start making the spaghetti. Yes! Okay, so 30 minutes later, you're going to take your dough. I'm gonna cut it in half. I'm going to put one of it covered on the side, and I'm gonna work with one. So you can see this is very sticky, so you do need to use a little bit of flour. So what you're trying to do is roll it out as thin as you can, and then we're going to start and cut to various shapes. And usually they have like rolling pins for pasta. There's rolling pins for different kinds of things, but we are in Africa, kawaida. This is going to be a bit different from the dough that you're used to because it's a little bit tough. And if you rolled out any like samosa dough, you need it as thin as that. And you can see how there's chili flakes on it. It should be thin enough for you to almost see your fingers through. But you can almost see your fingers through. And you can always do this with a pasta machine, but I don't have a pasta machine. So it's always good to like feel it with your own hands. And once you have it as thin as you can, like that thin, yeah, as thin as you can, you can start cutting out the shapes that you want. Make sure it's not sticking. Before you start cutting it. So I'm gonna cut some simple ribbons. Depending on how you cut it, it's going to change the name. Big sheets, lasagna. Small, really small ribbons, that's gonna be spaghetti, the one that you're used to. Right now I'm gonna cut some simple noodle ribbons. And for that, I'm going to bring this together where they are going to meet in the middle. So depending on the thickness, and it's going to change the name. So you're gonna bring it together like that. And you're going to cut it with a chef knife, depending on how thick you want it. So mine are simple ribbons. And there you go. You need to pull these apart and make sure they're not sticking to each other. And there you go. Spicy chili spaghetti ribbons. You can toss this in a little bit of flour so that they do not stick together. That's how you make your very own fresh and spicy pasta. So you can set this aside while your water is boiling. Now let's take a minute to admire this pasta. Getting more applause than a run in a church. Once your water is boiling, make sure it's salty water. You can slowly start adding your fresh pasta. And fresh pasta it only takes 1 minute to cook, so keep an eye on it. And you will know that it's already ready when it starts to float on the top. That's when you know that it's ready. But usually it just takes a minute to cook. So keep an eye on it. And this is about ready. So drain it. That's how it's looking when it's drained. Fresh pasta. So drain it. And then toss it in some stew. Once you've tossed it in some stew, it's ready. All you have to do now is serve. Fresh pasta. There you have yourself some fresh pasta you've made at home with some stew. Sasa mtakanja. Okay, let's taste this. So that's how you simply make fresh pasta at home. At least size sasa mtalala njaa. And the two spaghetti just tastes like normal pasta you would have, but this one is actually tastier. It doesn't have a stale taste. And it's chewy, it's like noodles. Well, I guess this is the best way to have spaghetti. It's actually really nice and fresh. It's tasting more amazing than the regular one that you would have. I can't even feel the chili. I thought I would feel the chili, but I don't. So that's how you simply make fresh pasta at home. This is really good. Now go ahead and try your own. Go ahead and see if you can make fresh pasta just out of ordinary ingredients. Still niliomba jirani. Kenyan chef. It's Rico.